Welcome back to Waiting for the O's. I'm Alicia. I love the Olympics and I want to lose 50 pounds before I attend the 2028 Olympic Games.
And I'm Savannah, and I love hearing Alicia talk about the Olympics. And I'm here to support her through sharing her Olympians losing weight, and I'm going to lose some weight myself. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully we both will. And
Yeah.
anyone who's joining us, hopefully you will as well if that's what you want to do. But yes, I do like talking about the Olympics. So actually, before I jump into the Olympian,
Okay.
I like to, connect the dots between our episodes. And last week, you asked a question that has stuck with me, and I think might stick with me forever. And that question was, how much donkey is there?
Yeah, I did ask that question.
You did. And
Yeah.
I'm going to answer that question for today's episode. A lot. There's a lot of donkey.
There's more donkey.
There's more donkey this week than last week.
I don't. That's I don't know if I'm scared or excited. I mean,
I think both are valid and
yeah.
appropriate for the topic that we will get to
Oh
later
gosh.
in this
Okay.
chat. Um okay, so the first two Olympians that we highlighted were two of my childhood heroes. Women who I have been enamored with for my entire life, have looked up to forever. And so it comes as no surprise to anyone who knows me that those were the two that we started with. But had we not started with my personal childhood heroes, then the Olympian that we're going to talk about today probably would have been the top spot because a lot of what she focuses on really fits with what we focus on as well. And I am talking about Ilona Maher.
Oh, I know her. I mean, not personally, but like I know of her. Like I
Okay,
follow
yeah.
along sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
It would be, I think it's super cool that you know of her.
No,
But
of
it
her.
would
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
be really cool if you actually did know her. And
Maybe
also
one day.
if you knew her and hadn't yet disclosed that to me, that would be an issue.
You'd know.
Yeah. Although I guess I couldn't blame you because you might be scared that I would just start stalking you and your new BFF.
Could be true. Yeah.
So I guess I would get it, but seriously, if you do become friends with an Olympian, you
I'll be
must
sure to
tell
let you
me.
know first. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Okay, so Ilona Maher is a rugby player, and she has been to two Olympics. So she went to the Tokyo Olympics, and then she went to Paris. And in Paris, Team USA won bronze, and so that is the first rugby medal that Team USA has won. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
obviously,
Cool.
super excited. Yeah, very, very, very cool. And she was one of the breakout stars, and in fact, she actually, I think, won an SB in 2025 for like breakout
Oh.
athlete or something like that. So yeah, she was a big breakout star. Not only for her performance on the pitch, which that is what a rugby field is called,
Oh,
a
I did
pitch.
not know that either.
It's educational all the
Yeah.
time here.
I do like
Um,
learning. Yeah.
so yeah, yeah. So not only because of her awesome performance on the pitch, but also because she started posting a lot on TikTok and other social media sites. Because the Tokyo Olympics, if you remember, was at like during COVID.
Yeah.
And so they had to social distance. I mean, it was a whole thing. It was even delayed. So technically they were the 2020 Olympics, but they happened in 2021.
Yeah.
So she actually used social media as a way to not only connect with all of us out here, but to other athletes because they were having to do this social distancing, which I think is really cool because I'm sure that, I mean, okay, that Olympics, no matter what Olympics that you go to, it's going to be a magical experience. I have
Yeah,
to
of course.
assume.
Yep.
But it had to have been a weird one, like
Oh
different,
yeah.
just super strict rules and everybody kind of scared. And because again, like you are like living out a dream, but if you get sick and test positive, then you're out.
You're out.
And that happened to some athletes. So it would have been a weird one, and I think that it's so great that she recognized that she might not have been able to connect with other athletes in a way that they typically can, and so she came
Yeah.
up with a way to do it, and not only connected with athletes, but ended up creating a huge fan base as well, which is important for a few reasons. Number one, it's important because, well, not a lot of people here in the States uh, are huge rugby fans. Um,
I'm new
yeah,
to the sport. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a big one. So she was kind of bringing people in. She was reaching out and kind of, I guess, getting their attention one way, but it also brings attention to the sport, which is great.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, it became a platform for her. And so now she's a content creator and she is known for body positivity and, embracing who you are, and also kind of standing up to the bullies who
Yeah.
are, stupid and, saying things that they really shouldn't be saying.
Right.
Um, so social media really became her platform, and now I would say she's pretty much a cultural phenomenon. And again, like fitting right in with the stuff that we are talking about, with our journey and trying to lose weight, maybe get a little more fit. She talks a lot about loving her body and who she
Yeah.
is. Um, and I think that that's really important because, and it's again, it's just so crazy to me that anyone would make any negative comments about her body, but they do, and it's ridiculous. And she is able to just give it right back to them and be like, you know what? Hey, say what you're going to say. You're the one who sounds stupid.
Yeah.
I have a powerful body. I can embrace my strength and my femininity. They're not exclusive things. They're not
And
mutually
I'm a
exclusive.
freaking Olympian. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so she has kind of a mantra that she has come up with, and it is beast, beauty, brains.
Ooh, I like
And
that.
yeah, yeah, and her kind of whole thing is that you don't have to have just one of those or even just two of those. You can have the whole package. And she is the whole package. And she embraces all of those facets of herself and, encourages other people to do the same. Um I also have to say that I think that her mantra fits her specifically so
Oh
well.
yeah.
So I'm again super stoked that you actually are familiar with her. Have you seen any games that she's played or even just clips of her playing?
I've seen clips of games. Yeah.
Okay.
But God, yeah.
So to me, when I watch her play, and I don't know if she would say that this is her signature move, but to me it kind of is. Like basically, and first off, actually let me take a step back. So in the Olympics, it is there are two different types of rugby. And the Olympics, they play sevens. Um a lot of people when they think of rugby, they're going to think of the more traditionally known rugby, which is 15s. The names are, very creative. 15s is when it is 15 against 15, and sevens is when it's 7-on-7.
Hey, at least we're very clear. I
Yeah,
love being clear. Yeah.
yeah. No confusion there. But they play the pitch that they play on is the same size and everything. So when you have 15 against 15, um, I mean, I don't want to say that it's crowded, but there's a lot of people.
Uh,
When you're playing sevens, everything tends to get a little more spread out, and the game moves a lot faster because you can have more breakaway runs and things like that. So keep that in mind. In the Olympics, she's playing sevens. And so this is where I think it's her signature move. Hopefully she would agree, but I don't know. I've never heard her call anything her signature move. Um, but so there are several clips where this happens, where she'll get the ball kind of close to the outside, and she's moving pretty quick, and you're like, dang, that girl's got some wheels.
yeah.
But as she gets it, you can see that she like there'll be like one or two defenders that she needs to beat before she can get that nice breakaway and hopefully score. And you can literally see as she's running, like her mind is processing what is the best move to make. What do I need to do to get past this defender? And so you can tell that she's like calculating out all the different possibilities and figuring out what the best move is and what are they going to do. And so that's where you get the brains, right? And then typically what she ends up doing is like a freaking stiff arm and just like pushes these defenders off, and that's where you get the beast,
I've
right?
definitely seen
Uh,
some of those clips. Yeah.
yeah. And then, like I said, like you're watching this and you're like, she's fast. But what ends up happening, and this is to me where the beauty piece comes in because it is a sight to behold. She stiff arms her defenders. They're, falling to the ground. She now has her breakaway, and it's like she shifts into hyperdrive. Like, again, she's already moving at a good pace. And then, I mean, and it's like you can even see her shifting gears almost. And then she is just off. And I mean, running like I'm a cheetah. I don't know, but it, it, it is, like I said, it is a sight to behold. And to me, that encompasses her whole mantra. Like it is a beautiful thing to watch. It's a beautiful thing for her to be able to do. But she is using her brains, and she is certainly in beast mode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I played rugby in college. And so that's another reason that I really love Ilona Maher. I mean, again, I love her message, and I love everything about her, but I also love that I see myself in her.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I I wish that I would have had her to look up to as a child. And sometimes I sit here and I think about how girls today do have her to look up
Yeah.
to. And I've kind of had an interesting thought process where, I'll be like, yeah, I'm jealous of them. But then I realize I'm actually not. Like, yes, I wish that I would have had Ilona Maher to look up to as a kid,
Yeah.
but I'm actually just so excited that the kids today do have her. Like there isn't any jealousy. It's just pure excitement
Yeah.
that the kids have a role model like her. And maybe kids like me see themselves in her. And they're so fortunate. And quite frankly, I think that I'm lucky as a 47-year-old adult woman that I have Ilona Maher to look up to now. Um,
Yeah. I mean, as a 41-year-old woman, I also am like, you go, girl. Like, I love watching her. I love watching her play sports. I love watching her. I think she did a swimsuit, uh, like modeling gig with was it Sports Illustrated or
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Sports
and
Illustrated
she
swimsuit.
walked the catwalk and all of those things, and she was just like look like very confident. You could see the confidence exuding in her body, the way she presented herself, and then the way she handles haters online is like mostly kind, a little bit sassy, but like in a good way. She's not
Yeah.
derogatory. She's not mean. She's just like, what are you even saying? Like, I'm an Olympian. Like, but not cocky. You know what I mean? Because what are you saying? Like, I would
Right.
kill
Yeah.
for her body, her strength, her body packs in the strength for her to be able to do the things she does. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, she is an Olympian and she is also a professional rugby player.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are these people? Like, just go sit down, you know. But yeah, I
Who are
agree.
you? Yeah.
I love that she doesn't get mean, like you said. That's again, just I think she's such a positive role model.
For
Um,
sure.
and I don't even think she's trying to be a positive role model. I think that's legit
She
just who
just
she
is.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
And you know, with her, I think that she is unabashedly honest, which is another reason why I don't think she's trying. I think this is just who she
Just
is.
yeah.
But she'll be the first to admit that yeah, there were times when she didn't love her body.
Yeah.
And I think that that is so important to talk about because it's one thing to embrace who you are now, but a lot of people struggle with it. So I think it's so much more powerful that she admits, yeah, I did have my struggles. And it kind of shows, sadly, that this is such a universal thing
Oh
that
yeah.
we all at times don't like what we see in the mirror, and for some of us, like right now for me, that means I need to make some changes. But
Yeah.
and I mean that physically. But you know, for some of the time it's I need to make a change mentally and emotionally and realize that what I'm seeing is fine and good and that I'm being too critical, too hard on myself. And so I think it's a really powerful conversation that she brings up. And she's also not afraid to point out what some people might call flaws. So I've seen a video where she has a picture that was sent to her, and it's like mid match, right? Like she is playing rugby, um, but she points out that like on her thigh you can see some cellulite. And she admits that when she first saw that picture, she was like, ugh, ugh, cellulite, you know? And but then she said that she had that moment, and yes, it was a human reaction, but then she stopped herself and she was like, okay, wait, like, look at me. I am literally being a badass playing rugby,
Yeah.
you know? And so then she didn't just sidestep that. She went out of her way to make a video and point out the cellulite and then talk about how cellulite is a normal thing and it doesn't mean that you're not athletic. It doesn't mean that you're not strong. It doesn't mean that you can't go the distance or whatever. It just means that you're human,
Oh yeah.
and that's all there is to it.
I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about her is sort of pointing out her vulnerabilities and her flaws as she sees them because it doesn't matter what you look like. You could be the most beautiful, thin, strong, whatever person in the world, and you're still going to have those things that you say, well, I don't like my nose, or I don't like my hair, or my ears are too big, or they're too small, or my lips could be, a different shape, or whatever. Everybody has something. And so it's nice to see, like, it's true. Everybody has something. You could be the most badass chick in the world, and you still have those little insecurities of, like, oh, look at my leg. But look at those legs. They're, like, powerful. They get you
Yeah.
from point A to point B, winning things. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um and yeah, she is like the most badass woman on the planet
Oh, yeah.
right now. I mean, like, even before she went to the Olympics, I want to go ahead and kind of give a recall. Um, she played rugby in college. She actually didn't even start playing rugby until she was 17.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
and she's only I think 29 now. So I
So she's only been
mean,
playing for like 12 years ish. And to have gone to the Olympics twice?
twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which one of the things that she has said, and I relate to this so much. So she played a lot of sports when she was growing up, and I think in high school her big sport was softball, and then she sort of just kind of, I guess it sort of just ran its course with her.
Mm-hmm.
And her dad had played rugby in the past, and so he suggested that she play. And so at 17, she picks it up, and she said that, and I'm not going to try to do a direct quote, but she said something along the lines that rugby was like the first sport that she felt really fit her body
Yeah.
perfectly. And that's exactly how I felt when I was in college and I started playing rugby. I had always sort of, I don't know, struggled with my body image and everything. And again, like I said, I really do wish that I would have had an Ilona Maher
Yeah.
when I was growing up, because out of every Olympian that I've ever seen, and I know anyone watching the video now is going to be like, well, okay, girl, like, check yourself. When I was young and fit and in shape and super sporty, um my body was most similar to hers, more similar to her body than any other athlete that I've ever
Yeah.
seen. um and when I started playing rugby, it was that sort of like, this is what I was built for, like,
Yeah.
this is where I'm supposed to be. But the interesting thing is that even within the rugby community, which is a community that celebrates strength and power and speed and athleticism and all of those things, even within that community, there are certain, I guess, notions that people are predisposed to having. So, I started playing rugby. It was the summer before my senior year in college. So, prior to that, I had been involved in some other activities that really took up like all my time, and that had kind of ended. And so I was looking for something new, and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to play rugby. Like, since I found out that there was a rugby team there, I always wanted to try it. So I was like, now's the time. So I went out, uh uh and also I kind of thought that it was summer and so there wouldn't be a lot going on, and I thought that'd be a good way to ease my way into it. I was totally wrong about that, because in college you do play the more traditional 15s, but
Mhm.
in the summer, because of course all the kids go home for the most part, and not very many stay to take summer classes or whatever. So in the summer you play sevens.
Mm.
So I mean, it was in full swing, right? So I like, send an email or whatever, and they're like, "We have practice tomorrow. Can you come?" And I was like, "Whoa, whoa,
Like,
okay,
dang. All right.
yeah." So I very nervously show up to practice, and then they're like, "We have a tournament on Saturday. Can you come?" And I was like, "I don't know how to play the game. Like, what are you talking?" They're like, "It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You should just come." And that is something that, I mean, I tend to be a little introverted. And so all of a sudden, and like, we were going to have to travel. I mean, just, I went to school at Texas A&M, which is in
Uh
College
huh.
Station, Texas. The tournament was in Austin, Texas. It's not that far, but we were going to spend the night. And I was like, oh my God, like, what am I getting myself into? And it's going to be so awkward. But I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone. I was like, I'm going to do it because I really do think that I could be good at this sport. So we get there, and of course, it's summertime in Texas, and it's just brutally
Ugh,
hot.
hot.
And obviously, I don't know how to play the game. I mean, at this point, I understand, like, if I have the ball, I should run. And if someone on the other team has the ball, I should tackle them. Like, that's pretty
Mhm.
much my understanding of the sport at that point. So, mostly I was on the sidelines watching. But then, sure enough, we get to one game and they're like, all right, you ready to go in? And I was like, not really, but okay. So we're playing now, mind you, again, everyone else had already been playing in the brutal heat, and so I'm fresh, so I'm gonna be
Oh no.
a little more spry than
Yeah.
everyone else. Well, so someone on the opposing team gets a breakaway and is just off to the races about to score. And my mind just goes to, if I want to impress these people, I need to chase this girl down and tackle her. So I took off running, and I did. I caught up with her, tackled her. And once you get tackled, you immediately have to release the ball. I didn't know any of
Oh,
this,
okay.
but
Oh
so the
no.
girl releases the ball. One of her teammates was sort of trailing, picks up the ball. I hop up and tackle that girl. And then my team gets the ball back. And so I completely saved a score. Um,
Nice.
and it became like the talk of the tournament. Like everyone was like, who is this girl? And like it has been described as looking like a lion chasing down a gazelle. um so it ended up being like the perfect intro, and it got people like, I mean, I was being all shy, and then
Yeah.
the team, it was just a
And then you're
weird
like,
thing.
rah, the beast came out.
Yeah, and so all of a sudden it was like I was part of the team, and it was great.
Yeah. And
Well,
I'm sure that
so
was so exciting for you too.
oh yeah, it was amazing,
Yeah.
right? But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
So we had a hotel, and so
Uh-huh.
I hop in the car with one of my teammates, and we're driving to and she was actually teammate slash coach, because sevens isn't strictly collegiate. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
because it's just summer league. And so she's driving, we're going to the hotel, and she was like, you're really fast. And I was like, oh yeah, and she was, and then she was like, but you don't look it. And I was like, yeah, yeah, no, I get that a lot. But yeah, I
Thank
ran
you so
track.
much for that.
I ran track in high school. I was a sprinter, and she was like, but I mean, you're really fast. And I was like, yeah, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And she was like, but you don't look like you would be. And I was like, yep, yeah, I get it,
We established.
yeah. And she said it a third time. She was like, but again, she's like, you're like really fast. And I was like, yeah, I'm fast. I it's that I am fast. And
From
she was
kind of nice to like, okay.
and so again, the third time she says, but you don't look it. And I was like, I get it. I'm fat, but I can run. And the thing is like, I wasn't really offended, but I was like, we don't have to continue down this path.
Yeah.
We have established
We
that
said it once.
yeah,
We're good.
we don't have to continue talking about how I'm a big girl with some big wheels, right? Like, and so that's where it was interesting, because it's like I found this sport that I was like, I am built for this, but then immediately it was like, you're fast, but you don't look like it.
Yeah.
Um, but also, I have to say, she didn't mean anything bad by it.
I'm
She
sure.
was
Yeah.
actually in awe, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But you can't
so,
help but
but
take it a little bit like, okay.
exactly, yeah. Especially like the third time, it's when I broke, and I was like, I get it. I'm fat. I'm
Yeah.
fat, but I can run. We're done here. Like, let's move on. Let's move on. But but even in the moment, it wasn't my most favorite conversation, but I could tell that she didn't mean anything bad by
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And that was also nice. But again, like I said, it was this sort of interesting thing to realize, like, oh, even people in this sport who celebrate the strength and the power and the speed and athleticism still have those predisposed,
Oh yeah.
notions about body type and size, and what that equates to when you're playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Um, but
Bittersweet.
yeah, but still fun. And so again, this is where I am in awe of Ilona Maher, and I'm so happy. And I know she's got, the stupid people who say stupid things,
Yeah.
but way more than those, she's got the people who are supporting her and who
Oh
are
yeah.
just like, dang,
In
that
awe.
girl is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that that's so great. And I think that she's helping some people shift their mindset, and that is really, really important.
I think
And
so.
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah. So anyway, she started playing when she was 17, and then she played in college. In college, she won 3 national championships. Um,
Dang.
and obviously she had to have been. I mean, I'm sure that team was probably competitive.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she was like a mega force. I mean, if we look at her now, I mean, she is one of
Yeah.
the best rugby players in the world. Um, and I also think that it's really cool because it's not uncommon here in the States for someone to not play rugby. And like I said, I didn't play rugby until I was in college. I didn't know that you could play rugby in the United States. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I thought rugby was lacrosse until a few years ago. So I was unfamiliar with this sport as well. Just in
yeah.
general. Yeah.
Well, and lacrosse is a sport that I don't have any information about whatsoever, and I
It's
always
the
get confused.
two, right? Ball?
It well, so that's where I get confused because there's lacrosse and there's field hockey, and then there's
Oh.
is is hurling.
That's
Uh
the like with the brush and the stone.
no, that's curling. I said hurling with an
Oh,
H.
I have never heard of that unless it's after a long night out in my 20s. So I'm not sure.
Yes, that would be the only hurling that I have participated in as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like that might be something we have to Google, but I'm pretty sure that there is a sport
Let
called
me see.
hurling. I want to say. I think it might be like an Irish sport. Yeah,
Let's
let's
just
look it
go
up.
ahead and do it now.
Yeah.
What is hurling?
Oh, I hope it doesn't show the version that we're familiar with.
AI does mention um, vomiting, but it also mentions that it's an Irish sport
That's what I said.
similar to field hockey or lacrosse.
See,
It's
okay.
great.
I
Yeah, I've
am
never heard of it.
very proud of myself right
That's pretty
now.
awesome. And I have another sport to add to the bank of sports in my brain.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a little small right now, but it's going to get bigger.
it's growing. You are becoming
Yeah.
a sports aficionado.
I could be an announcer at this point. Welcome to the 2028 Olympic Games. It's just my quick audition for the coming up.
Hey, I'd hire you in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just, gonna say that with me rattling off those 3 sports that are all similar, and then AI also listing those same 3 sports, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm living up to the brains part of the mantra.
I think so. Yeah.
Um, but so it's not uncommon for here in the United States, but I think in other countries, rugby, well, it is definitely way more popular
Yeah.
um, than it is here. Um, but I also just want to call out, like, seriously, our women's team won bronze in Paris,
Yeah.
and probably most of those people hadn't touched a rugby ball until they were, I mean, at least in their teens.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's amazing. Because I
And
bet
think
you
of like
anything.
a lot of the Olympic events, they start so young.
Yeah.
Figure skating and whatnot. And props to those people as well. But to like have so much less experience almost and then to be able to win a gold medal, that's pretty impressive. get that far is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, to me, that also just shows, let's say I'm a huge fan of Team USA,
Yeah.
obviously, but it just shows the dominance.
Oh
And
yeah.
again, another reason why I love highlighting the women, because I got to tell you,
Hmm.
I think in the most recent, at least on the summer games, I want to say the last 6 Olympics, the women have earned more medals than the men in Team
Woo
USA.
woo. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We as
And
in
yet
womankind. Yeah. Yeah.
and yet they don't get talked about as much. But that's why we're here
Yeah.
talking about it, and that's why
We're
you
talking about
are
it.
auditioning to be an announcer so that you can continue talking about it.
Look at all these female Olympians, also known as Olympians.
Yes.
Just to clarify.
Absolutely. Um so I also wanted to talk about, well, okay, first I did the spoiler or the teaser, I guess, is what,
Oh right.
about the donkeys. Now, do you have any guesses on how the donkeys factor in to this conversation?
So my guess is they start off on a donkey on the pitch. The whole team, all donkeys, 7 donkeys on each side, and then they ride to each other. That's where the ball they blow a whistle, and then the ball drops from a hot air balloon or something, and then they jump off the donkeys and then play the rugby. Because the last time the donkeys were in baseball, so I would assume there's got to be some sort of donkey
Yeah,
rugby connection here.
no. But I think that what you just described should be a sport. It might be hard to always source a hot air balloon for the ball drop,
And
but
14
hey,
donkeys.
well, you made it sound like there's just donkeys roaming the roads where you live.
Well, I mean, they're
So
not just I mean, there's donkeys, but they're wild. So I mean, I feel like to get 14 domesticated donkeys might be.
it might be tough. It might be tough.
Uh,
No. So in this time, the donkeys aren't part of the sport.
oh,
Um,
okay.
they are part of the sport of dance. So Ilona Maher, she is, like I said, she's basically become this cultural phenomenon.
Uh huh.
And so she went on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, right. I knew that. I saw some clips, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dancing with the Stars does a lot of theme nights now, and it wasn't a donkey night. Okay. I I saw the wheels turning, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let
That
you know it wasn't Dancing with the Donkeys night.
that would be an incredible spin-off, though.
I mean, it would be. It
We could
really
get
would
the
be.
14 domesticated donkeys from rugby and put them in a dance.
And put
Oh,
him
I
in a
just imagined
dress.
them in tutus. Okay, we've got to come back. All right.
So,
Dancing with the
okay,
Stars.
yes, Dancing with the Stars. It was Disney night. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there is a Disney film called Encanto, and
Okay.
there is a character. I think she's the main character's sister. Um,
Mhm.
her name is Louisa, and she is like super strong, and she has donkeys, and she like picks up her donkeys, and it's a whole thing, right? So
Okay.
she has a song about, like, basically singing about how strong she is and how she can do anything, and it's really an uplifting song, an inspiring song. And so for Disney night, Alona dressed as Louisa, and they did their dance to that song, and they had 4 backup dancers that were dressed as donkeys. Now, the
Okay.
the backup dancers, it was almost like they were in like a donkey onesie, where like there was like a
Yeah.
hood kind of thing that comes over. Her dance partner, however, he had an actual mask. And I don't feel bad in saying this. It was terrifying. It
Uh,
did not look natural.
okay.
It was jarring. I don't know how Ilona made it through the dance that close to that horrifying mask. You got to look it up. You have to look
I'm
it
gonna.
up.
It's adding to the Google list.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, because as soon as I realized that we talked about donkeys last week, I was like, I have to look at. I was like, I swear there were donkeys, but let me double check. And Google will autofill the search Ilona Maher. If you start putting that D, it's like doggy dance. Now, the good news is that you don't get any untoward search results.
That's very good to know.
Yeah. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, so that's how the donkeys fit in.
I
And you have
do.
to.
I am curious about our future episodes. How many times donkeys are going to make a comeback? And I sure hope it's more than once.
Well, okay, now I feel like there's a challenge that has been thrown that I'm going to have to research every Olympian's connection to donkeys.
I think so. I think it could be a theme,
It well, it's,
at least with two.
we might have to
Nothing more.
change the name. Waiting for the donkeys.
I don't know if I like that either.
I don't love it. I don't love it. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I like to have like a connection. Now, if you
Yeah.
remember, sort of the connection that I carried from Mary Loretton to
I'm never
Babe
going to
was
forget about donkeys.
well. I don't think you're ever going to stop talking about donkeys. Um, no, but if you remember, their connection was that they were both well rounded. So I'm going to go on record and say I don't love the plan of focusing on donkeys going forward. I think it might take some of the spotlight away from the Olympians.
You're right. You're right. Perhaps the donkeys might make a visit later if there's even any more donkeys involved. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Um so in preparation for this, I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I want to see how Ilona Maher approaches food, and
Mm-hmm.
diet
Yeah.
and things like that. And sure enough, I was able to find it easily, which is great. And once again, I am so impressed with her honesty. Um, so she has said that yes, she looks at food and she understands that it's fuel, and that's a big part of you know how you figure out what you're going to eat. But she also sees food as a source of joy, and she's never going to stop using food as a source
Oh
of joy.
yeah.
She's even said like, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm going to have some chocolate. And I
Same.
love that she is honest about that. She's even said that, I mean, obviously she's a busy gal, right? And so she has said that she eats, like, a lot of times she's looking for what is convenient, and so she'll use frozen foods and
Oh
things
yeah.
like that. And I'm like, this is so relatable, like you hear some people talk about like, oh well, I spend 10 hours on meal prep for the week, and I'm like,
I'm
who,
not doing
like,
that.
yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
I'm out immediately.
Yeah.
Um and so I love that she is so honest about that. She says that her diet, she does high carb and high protein. Now, this is also where I think it's important to take a minute to understand that what is right diet wise for one person isn't going to be right
Oh
for
yeah.
everyone, right? You have to
Yeah.
find what works for you. And obviously she is an athlete. She's working out all the time. She's lifting weights all the time. She needs high carb for
Oh
that
yeah.
energy. Now, if I was sitting here and I was like, well, Ilona Maher, eats high carbs and high protein. I want to look like Ilona Maher, so I'm going to eat high carb and high protein. Well, then I'm missing the piece about being in the weight room and, all the fitness aspects, and it wouldn't go well. So, it is important to know that it's not a one size fits
Oh
all
yeah.
type of scenario. But again, I really, really enjoy the fact that she's so honest about it. So I thought that we might be honest right now with what we eat. Do you want to talk about what you focus on in terms of diet?
Yeah. So I actually, especially in the summer, tend to eat a lot of like salads, raw veggies. I eat a lot of like girl dinners. I like snack plates a lot. I like variety, but I like to like, yeah, I'm a texture person, so I like a lot of crunch and I like salty things. So I like to have that variety. However, I don't like being sick and I have a very sensitive stomach. Like I have given myself salmonella poisoning more times than I should have. I like soft boiled eggs. But that said, you just never know. I'm very sensitive, so I'm not messing around with this parasite that's happening right now, and I'm not eating raw vegetables except for a few exceptions. So I'm eating a lot of sauteed veggies, canned, frozen, stuff like that. So rather than have like my normal salads or snack plates, I've been doing like stir fries and burrito bowls a lot. Recently, the burrito bowls have been a hit for me. I have made my own. So, speaking of convenience, I used some minute rice because I didn't feel like making, the 20 minutes or whatever it takes to cook regular rice. But then I made some black beans and refried beans from scratch. So I kind of balanced there. I know.
That's
Fancy.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you just really kind of let it boil and forget about it. But and then I like to add like, of course, cheese, and I'll do some fajita veggies. I have some cabbage that I bought a whole cabbage right before the outbreak, so I'm like, hopefully this is good. And cabbage lasts quite a while, so I've been using that in place of like lettuce. I made some salsa out of just some like rotel and an onion and some salt, little hand blender, and it's real good. And so I've just been making these like sort of Chipotle style veggie burrito bowls, and they're delicious. They're filling. They're pretty nutritionally round, and that's been my like go to like dinner. That's really been like hitting the spot.
Mhm. I am so impressed with you right now for a
Are
few
you?
reasons. Number
Yes.
one,
Please go on.
talking about making these beans from scratch, like
Oh yeah.
I'm not a cook. I am like don't in fact, if I ever invite you for dinner, you're like if I'm like, "Oh, I'll make dinner." Your appropriate response would be, "You mean make a call to a delivery service for dinner?" Because I'm not good in the kitchen. So that is super impressive. But what's also really, really impressive is you're right. Right now, there's this horrible outbreak with this parasite, and it does not sound pleasant at all. And I think that it would have been easy for someone to be like, well, not going to eat vegetables anymore. But instead, you have done, and you realize, I mean, they are saying that cooked vegetables are fine. And so you have pivoted and you're like, fine,
Yeah.
I'm going to cook the vegetables because I still need the vegetables. So I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
How about you? Do you have any like regular meals that you enjoy, or what kind of variety are you getting?
Yeah, so it's interesting that you use the term regular because I have a very regular meal, meaning I literally eat the same thing over and over and over again. Um so one of the ways that my ADHD manifests is that um I enjoy, like, I wouldn't even say that it's I don't mind. I actually enjoy eating the same thing over and over and over again. It takes away that, like, overwhelming, like, have to
Thought.
choose something
Yeah.
and, "Oh god," and then do I even have the ingredients? Or, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just too much. So if I find something and I can stick with it, like, that's my jam. Oddly enough, I'm not eating any jam, but that does sound tasty.
It kind of
Um,
does, yeah.
So right now, literally every day, I'm having the same breakfast, and every weekday, I'm having the same lunch. Dinner, I have a few things that I'm kind of uh, rotating a little bit. But so my breakfast, I have turkey bacon, I have some hard boiled eggs, and I have a couple of handfuls of baby carrots and a Colby Jack cheese stick to get some dairy. Um, and then I also have a couple of kind of supplement type things that I'm doing. And I go ahead and do that at breakfast time because since I have a good routine established, that will keep me from forgetting. And so
Oh
I
yeah.
eat a daily packet of Groon's gummies, um, because I'm not a huge vegetable person. Growing up, we just like my whole family, we've never been vegetable people. In fact, one time I was over at my friend's house, and his mom was like, "Oh, well, I'm making dinner. Do you want to stay for dinner?" And so of course I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And so I asked, I was like, "Well, like, what are you making?" And she said beef stroganoff. Well, I had
Ooh, that sounds
never
delicious.
I had never heard of it.
Oh
And which I was young,
yeah.
but yeah, I had never heard of beef stroganoff. And so I was like, I asked, "What is that?" And she was very surprised that I had never had it. And she was like, "You've never had beef stroganoff? I mean, what do y'all eat?" And I very honestly said, "Meat and potatoes." And she was like, "That's all? You don't eat anything else?" And I thought about it for a second, and I swear I was being genuine. This was not any sort of sass coming from little Alicia. I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, "Gravy." So that's what I was raised on. No one in my family has ever been a big vegetable person. As an adult, I have come to like more vegetables, and eat more. But I still, again, I'm not a good cook, and so I kind of struggle, getting them in. And
Yeah.
I'm not big on greens, and so Groon's gummies are packed with greens, and so I think it's good for me, to fill that gap in my diet.
Oh yeah.
And then the other supplemental thing that I take at breakfast time is there is something called Dose for Your Liver. And I honestly didn't know how this was going to go, if it was really going to help or anything, but I'm kind of sensitive about liver things because my dad had cirrhosis. Now, full disclosure, we do think it was due to alcoholism. But still, you never know.
Yeah.
And then I a couple years ago found out that my liver, when I sleep, produces too much sugar. It produces more sugar than it's supposed to.
Interesting.
And yeah, and so I'm kind of like sensitive because I'm like, well, I got to take care of my liver, and I don't want to end up like my dad
Yeah.
because I got to say it's not a pleasant disease.
Yeah.
And and so I got this, and I have to say, one thing that I noticed, and this hopefully isn't TMI for anyone listening, but um it's like I didn't feel bloated all the time or anything, but I could tell that I had, like, there was air or gas or whatever you want to call it somewhere in my abdomen, to where, like, when you pushed on it, it was like you're pushing on a beach ball.
Yeah.
This particular supplement has almost eliminated that fully. Um,
Oh wow. That's
yeah,
super cool.
yeah, which has been great. Because it also, while I'm trying to lose weight, and maybe the scale isn't giving me all the wins that I want. I did weigh in, and I'm back to 7 pounds down.
Woo!
So we are good there, but um, that also helped because I'm not as puffy, and so my
Yeah.
clothes are fitting differently. And sometimes when you're on this journey, you want things to celebrate. You need things to
Oh
celebrate.
yeah.
So quite frankly, that has been a good one for me, and so that's my breakfast, which is delightful. It's also really hearty, like it's high in
Yeah.
protein, um, and it's very filling. Now, I was saying that I eat it every single day, and I do, except for days like this morning when one of my dogs stole my bacon off my
Oh,
plate.
no.
She knows not to do that, but I guess today she was a little too
She was like,
tempted.
that looks good. I want to taste.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So my dogs also get a hard-boiled egg every day. And so I had just given them their hard-boiled eggs, and then I needed to rinse my hands before I ate my breakfast. And again, she's usually very good. All of my dogs know that you don't take food off the plate, and they also know that there are certain things like I'll share a carrot with them occasionally, but they also know that if I'm like all done, the rest are for me. Like they don't do begging or anything, so they're usually really good. So I run to the kitchen, rinse, come back, and she is scarfing that turkey
Which
bacon
dog
down.
was it?
It was Fred.
That little rascal.
I'm telling you. Oh man, I could not believe. I still can't believe it. So yes, I eat it every day except for when Fred steals my bacon.
I
Um,
have to say, I have been obsessed with these because I like this like snacks like that. That's like the perfect little meal in my opinion. And lately, I got these turkey pepperonis. I'm addicted. I love them so much. I try not to eat too many of them because they're still like pepperoni,
sure.
but they are fantastic. And I also have the ADHD and I eat them every day at this point. Just a little snack.
Now, when you say turkey pepperonis, are these like slices, like as if
Hmm.
you put on a pepperoni pizza?
Yeah, just you'd buy it in the same, like next to the normal pepperonis that you'd make a pizza with. I haven't made a pizza with them, but I do just eat the pepperonis.
Sure, because I
Yeah,
do for a snack.
yeah,
One of the things that I keep stocked is like turkey sticks. That I mean,
yeah,
I I, I don't. I mean, they're.
like
I guess they might
jerky
qualify as
kind
like
of.
a yeah, yeah. I mean, kind of like a Slim Jim,
Yeah, I was
only
gonna say Slim
turkey,
Jim,
and
turkey
yeah,
jerky.
much
Yeah,
much well healthier and definitely not as greasy as a Slim
yeah.
Jim.
Well, it's a huge difference. They're like half the amount of calories, and they don't leave that film in your mouth. So
Yes,
it's a nice little
yes,
treat, and they're kind of
yeah.
spicy, and
So
I like spicy.
yeah,
So yeah,
I keep those on hand for when I'm feeling like I need a little heartier of a snack. Because for my
yeah.
snacks, I do apple slices and I do a lot of apple sauce. Um, and I typically put some like whole raw almonds in with my applesauce. That also gives me a little extra protein, a little you like texture, like you
I do like
mentioned.
texture. Yeah.
So that would help you. I do want to say I get the unsweetened applesauce,
Okay.
and I don't understand who is eating sugared up applesauce.
I
I
don't
don't
even know if I
understand.
knew there was sugary applesauce.
Well, I mean, that's just
Or
called
that there was like a
applesauce.
different, like I thought, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
add
because
sugar
apples are
to.
pretty sweet.
They're very sweet. And look, here's the thing. I am a sweets person. I
Yeah.
love sweets. I mean, I the very first episode that we had, I talked about how I wasn't going to live life without ice cream. Like I I don't just have a sweet tooth, I've got a whole sweet mouth. Like I like my sweets. But when I eat the unsweetened applesauce, it's sweet enough to help curb any sort of
that,
sweet craving that I'm having.
yeah.
And so I'm like, who is eating this sugared up applesauce? Which I'm calling it sugared up applesauce. Most people would just refer to it as applesauce because that
Applesauce.
is the norm, I guess, for applesauce. I have to get
Oh,
the
is it?
unsweetened. Yeah. So it's not like you would buy the sweetened version. Like I buy
You have
the
to buy the
unsweetened.
unsweetened.
Yeah.
Well, now I kind of want to try them both to see, like, is there even a difference? I'm sure there
I mean,
is, but
I'm sure there has to be. I kind of want to do a taste test too because I'm like, what is it even? Because I'm sure I've had regular applesauce at some point in my life,
yeah,
but
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I've been doing unsweetened for so long, and now that it's like a go-to, I don't. It's like I don't even know
It'd
what
probably
it
be
used to
like
be.
Diet Coke to Coke. Like I drink diet drinks, like Diet Cola or whatever. If I drink a regular Coke or a Pepsi, I'm like, ugh, this is disgusting. So I wonder if the apple, like the unsweetened to the sweetened version, would be a similar like experience.
I gotta say, so I'm on the water now, right? But
Yeah,
I was a big Diet Coke drinker before.
yeah.
Um, but before that, it was regular Coke, and I never got. Everyone always said, "Oh yeah, now if you drink a regular Coke, like you'll think it's gross, you'll think it's so sweet."
Uh,
Never,
yeah.
never got to that
Nope.
point. On the rare occasion that I would still, drink a regular Coke, immediately first sip was like, "Oh my god, this is so good."
See, I've been drinking diet for over 20 years, so I think because it's been so long, and I don't like the texture. Going back to texture, you can like feel the syrup in your mouth. Now, there's one exception. Lemonade. I think diet lemonade is horrible. I
Oh,
hate
that's
it.
bad.
I do like lemonade, and I have some on occasion.
And you put a little ski vest on it, or
Yeah,
ski.
it's this jacket.
Yeah, yeah, very cool.
Um, it's
Very
simply
sporty.
not. Yeah. See, it's on
Yeah,
theme. It's I do like the Simply brand. It's not we're not affiliated, but it's my favorite, and it has to be just regular. I do not like sugar free lemonade.
yeah. I'm with you there. But
Yeah,
I honestly, I don't think that there will ever be a time like if I just randomly drink a Coke, I don't think there will ever be a time in my life that I'm like, bleh. I think
yeah.
it'll just always be like, oh my god, it's so good.
It's bringing
Um,
me back.
yeah. Now, going back to what I eat really quickly. So I eat the same lunch every day, every
Yeah,
weekday. Weekends, I don't really have a lunch routine. I eat with my mom at least one of the days, and so I like to keep it open. But again, that is part of my whole outlook in what I'm doing, as well as that I'm not on a diet and I'm not eating the same
yeah.
thing over and over again because it's a diet that I'm sticking to.
You
It's
like it?
it's again, it's just something that works for me.
Yeah.
um, but so my lunch, I do some like baked chicken breast. I do sort of, I guess, meal prep a little bit, but that's like a 20-minute meal prep.
Yes.
And actually, that's 20 minutes in the oven. It's like 5 minutes of the actual work.
Yeah.
Um, so I do a baked chicken and a can of green beans every day.
You know what? When you were talking about the like what you ate growing up, canned veggies were pretty much it. The occasional artichoke, which was like a specialty meal, but we would have canned green beans or canned corn, like anytime we had vegetables. And they're still, I still love them both.
Yeah, we had corn growing up. That was what we
Yeah,
considered a vegetable.
yeah,
Most people don't consider corn a vegetable anymore. It's more of like of a starch or whatever. But yeah, that we did have corn
yeah,
sometimes. But yeah, so it's easy, easy for me to
yeah.
grab while I'm working. Now, my one fancy thing is that I have created my own marinade that I use.
Oh, what is
Yes.
this marinade?
So because I am not a good cook, a lot
Uh
of my chicken comes out rubbery.
huh.
so so I did some googling to figure out like what can I do to try not to have rubbery chicken. And so they suggested, to use a marinade and everything. And so
Nice.
I used Greek yogurt
Okay.
and lime juice, plain Greek yogurt. Let's
Yeah.
like
Well.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
eh, lime juice, and then I have some fajita seasoning, and I mix that all up together, and
Oh.
I dip my chicken breasts in there, let them sit for a while, and then I cook them up. It has helped with the rubbery.
I was
Now
gonna
some
ask if it's helped.
it has helped. I still managed to make some of it rubber. It's because I'm overcooking it, but
I'm
I'm
gonna
also
say if
very
you could just cook it a little less, you'd probably be good.
yeah. But also, yeah, I do cook a lot of it, and then so I have it ready, and
Oh,
so
and
it
then you
tends
need
to
to
get
finish it.
drier and drier.
Yeah.
That's another way I think that this has been helping. So because it's still kind of it sort of coats it, right? And I
Yeah.
think it helps lock it all in, which has been good. I'm enjoying it. I'm still a
That's
bad
good.
cook, but I am impressed with myself for devising this concoction.
Listen, I think if someone can just find a couple of things that they are good at cooking, that for them, that they enjoy eating, that tastes good to them, you're set. Because it doesn't really matter. Like, if you can find something that you enjoy, even if it's just like preparing and not actually cooking, if you can feed yourself, you're good.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And that's where, we were saying it's not a one size fits all. It is what
Yeah.
you can fit into your schedule, into your lifestyle, and what works for you.
Yeah.
And I think both of us are doing a pretty darn good job with what we're doing.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you remember last week I asked you to ask me something this week?
I do. And I've been kind of sitting on it. Did you join a gym?
I did. I did. And
Yes.
I have been twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I went yesterday, I went today, so I'm on a streak. I'm going to keep
There you go.
going.
How'd it go?
I it's going really well. I joined Planet Fitness, which really there are multiple reasons. But the main reason is that it is less than half a mile from my house. So it's very
Convenience
convenient.
matters.
Yeah. But it's also cheap. So, there's no need to look beyond a half a mile when you've got a good
Yeah.
solution. But what I really like about Planet Fitness is, first off, they've got like a gajillion treadmills. And I always want to do at least a mile for my warm up.
Yeah.
But then they have a 30-minute full body workout.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and where I am right now, sort of with fitness, is I need something that is easy and that I don't really have to put a lot of thought into. So it's perfect because I can go there and it's just machine after machine after machine. They've got a red light, green light system so that you know how long to stay at each machine.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
and I think that that will allow me to sort of build up some stamina, build up some strength, get closer back to when, I was actually fit.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll start to look at creating my own workouts and maybe targeting some things. But this is working for me really well. Now, the interesting thing, I mentioned the treadmills.
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of knew this, but it also came as a shock. Treadmills now will weigh you while you're on them.
I do you like that?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what the Planet Fitness treadmills weigh me as, because let me tell you, so I went the first day and it
Uh-huh.
weighed me and I was like, well, that's not right. And then I saw that you could toggle between kilograms and pounds. And I was like,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
it's in kilograms. Nope, it
Oh.
was not. Um, and so then today when I went, I specifically went to a different treadmill because I wanted to see what exact same weight.
It went on a different treadmill.
Different treadmill, yeah. So I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know if maybe they decided people don't like seeing their real weight.
So, like vanity sizing, but vanity weights on the treadmill.
Yeah, so it's like 65 pounds less than what I weigh.
Like what my driver's license says.
So that has been an interesting thing. My plan now is to just keep going to different ones and see if they all have that same amount. But I kind of also want to start asking other people,
I was
like,
gonna say,
do you get the same amount as I get?
yeah, maybe
Or,
it's just a standard
yeah,
thing, but like a default.
yeah. So anyway, that was kind of an interesting little
Ah,
thing with the old treadmill. But
I didn't even know treadmills could do that.
yeah, well, the fancy ones can.
Yeah, the fanciest treadmill I've been on had like on the handlebar things you could
Uh-huh.
put your palms
Yeah.
and it would like read your pulse. But other than that, I don't think I've gotten much fancier than that.
Yeah, this has that too, although I don't ever do that because I gotta, my
Yeah.
arms swing.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta do that because I got my Fitbit on. And if you're not swinging
Well,
your
yeah.
arms,
You gotta check. Yeah.
it's like
Exactly.
it's like you didn't even do it. It doesn't
Oh
count for
yeah.
anything. Um, but yeah, so I am. I did go to the gym. I've been twice. I'm gonna try to keep that
Nice.
up. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know yet if I want to actually go all 7 days a week. That feels like
Yeah,
it
that's
might
a
be
lot.
too much.
Yeah.
But I want to keep it up, and I want to go often. I should
Yeah.
say.
That's
And
great.
yeah, total game changer from having AC and like those gigantic
Oh
fans
yeah.
compared to being out in the Texas summer heat. So
And it's so humid there.
yeah, oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
congratulations. Good job.
thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Are you doing anything fitness wise?
Honestly, not a ton. Mostly, so I play pool, as you mentioned before. I'm on a pool league um, with my brother. I do play better pool than I did as a bowler in the second grade, so I'm feeling pretty confident in that. I have not won a trophy yet, but we're working on it. And
Yeah, matter of
so,
time.
yeah. I play, we have a league play every Wednesday night, and then I play on Sundays too to practice. So, all in all, I get in about 3 or 4 hours of play each of those nights. So, which doesn't sound like necessarily that much activity, but my Fitbit goes off because I'm basically walking around a table and bending over for that many hours straight. And so that's been my like main form of fitness because I enjoy it, and I'm trying to like build skill there. And then like there's the occasional like I got like a Pilates round thing that I'll play with sometimes, but I get bored so easily, and I haven't quite found other than pool something that I'm like, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Well,
I'm
that's
not
cool.
walking out in this heat because it's yeah. I think we're supposed to get some sort of heat dome this weekend, and so yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
again, that's where the AC comes in
Oh
because
yeah.
that's no one needs to be outside in that unless
No.
you're trying to cook a soft boiled egg on your sidewalk.
Which I probably could. I
Yeah,
probably could. Yeah.
yeah. Well, cool. All right. I think that we're doing well. I think that again to kind of put it back to Alona Maher. I love her mantra. I think that it's something for us to strive for.
Oh yeah.
Peace, beauty, brains. And I think if we keep working towards it, then we'll get there. And I think that everyone who is joining us for this journey can also get there as well. But no matter what, you're definitely helping us to move faster, to reach higher, to be stronger together. And with that, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.